Hi friends, this is Chris with Josephine's Designs. I'm back today to get my Erin Condren monthly calendar decorated. And today is the 5th. Yeah, I had to think about that. So anyways, sorry I am late getting my calendar things up. It has been a very exciting week. We have had, and just let's get this out of the way. I've been working on the estate. It was all due Monday, and we worked until the wee hours of the morning all weekend. And then Monday, we did go to church Saturday. It was such a blessing. We were so excited to be there. And we just took the day for a family day. And I cannot express enough, everybody needs a Sabbath. Everybody needs a Sabbath. Whether that be Sunday or Saturday, everybody needs a day to, in my opinion, to be with the Lord and with your family. And for those of you who may not have family with you, we have family in other ways as well. Now that both my parents are gone and my siblings live away, and we have two children that are, off on their own essentially, and we have one left who is an adult who still lives at home. We have family in other ways. So we have our church family, of course. We have friends that are family. They're just things like that that you have in your life. And you have the opportunity to meet new friends and make family. So take that time, go fellowship, relax, whatever it is that floats your boat on your off day. But that is your day to rejuvenate. And so we did that Saturday, even though we had a to-do list that felt like a mountain. And just so you guys know, many of you have emailed me, and I want to thank you guys, and I haven't gotten to comments yet. We still have 2 documents that I still have to figure out, or 2 portions. One of them I think it's not a problem, I just have to dig. And so probably later today that's what I'll be doing. And then the other one is a bit more complicated. So, but once we get those 2 done, we're done, and then we have the final estate, the whole estate tax return. We had to finish both my parents' joint and then my mother's, and then now we're working on the estate tax return, which of course will be due April 15th. But I want to thank you guys. For those of you who prayed me through this season, it was gut-wrenching. I'm not going to lie. It was gut-wrenching. We had to go through line by line each check, and that was, because my dad had been so ill, and my mom, of course, had Alzheimer's, I had written many of the checks when they were like, my dad was in the hospital or in rehab or whatever, after he fell and broke his hip. But, and then we also saw other things. And, my dad was a very generous man and a very kind man. And there were those that were so blessed by that, and then there were those that clearly took advantage of that. And so, and when I say that, it was his to give, no doubt. But you can see a pattern of those who were gone as soon as he was gone, and who kept asking for help, in whether it be financial or other ways. So, as our parents age, I only tell you this not to say anything disparaging about anyone, which of course I will never mention any names, but also that as our parents age, we need to be vigilant that we are there to protect and love and care for them. There are wolves in sheep's clothing, like we know Scripture says. They come and they claim they're gentle as a lamb and sweet and there for them, but all of a sudden, you see in the end who really was. And so, anyways, but there was a lot of lessons learned, and a lot that, I think that my husband and I have talked. My husband is a very strong person. He's very opinionated. He's very outspoken. But the one thing I think that this taught him was, who are we going to trust? And that's the series of things that we're putting into place as we age, still young, Not, I say I'm 29, but my youngest is 29. Every year I always say I'm 29. And so I guess I have to bump it up. But my daughter did say we could be twins this year, so I'm good with that. Anyways, but because my attitude isn't that I look young. Of course I don't. But it's the attitude of the heart. And that's what I try to focus on. So anyways, but long story short, what I'm trying to say is that, you know, we have to get things in place for any reason. You know, we're taken home early. And so that has been a lot of the lessons I have learned through this process. You know, keeping our mind on things above and not on the things of this earth, as Colossians 3:2 says, and being focused on what is important, what are the priorities that God has given us. But also, we have to prepare our children. The last thing I ever want is for any of my children to go through the last year and a half of what I've been through in the aftermath, much less before. You know, when my parents were still alive, and, you know, there were a lot of personalities that became very strong in those moments. And I've really kind of talked to my husband, especially, to say, there is a point where you'll have to have help, and you're going to have to let it go and take the help. And it may not be the kind of help you want, but it is the help that you will receive, and you will be grateful for that. Yeah, you will be grateful. But anyway, so, you know, but just trying to support our children and know that what they'll do. So that's a lot of what went on, and we're almost to the end, my friends. So thank you, thank you, thank you. You can hear my voice. I am very tired. I did not know how tired I would be by the end of it, but I was very tired. And there was a point where I just had to, like, read the information to my husband, close the checkbook, and walk in the bathroom and just boo-hoo. You know, and that's okay, because that's a part of mourning. And though it's been a while, it's been a while, it is a journey. So I get a lot of people writing me and asking me questions like, you know, is it like 2 weeks and you're over? No, mourning is everyone's journey. Our last child we lost in 2005, it still hurts. You know, there are times that still hurts. And you know what? That's okay, because if they weren't so loved, it would have been easy. And they were all loved. And they still will be loved. And the stories will go on. And I'll share some things that we've picked up along the way when it comes to the wedding to honor my parents, you know, for our daughter. And it's just a big, you know, there's a lot of things that we've talked through. But, and we have a lot of exciting news coming still about the wedding. And, oh my goodness, I mean, I tell you what, it went from, like, heartbreaking to, I mean, in 2 days, like, riding on the clouds to, it was just like this incredible roller coaster. But I'm so thankful. I'm just so humbled and thankful. And I've also come to realize that I cannot do everything. And for the longest time, I have tried to honor my parents' name and do every little thing. And you know what? We can't do that. We just can't, because now we're doing tax work in the evenings and the weekends. And I'm going to be honest, it's exhausting. It's just exhausting. So I have told my husband that no matter what, in the past, when my parents needed us, we didn't always get to go to church because our church is almost an hour and a half away. It's now 1 hour and 20 minutes away. And there's an outcropping of our church not too far from here, and our oldest daughter has asked us to visit, and my husband and I have both agreed. We're going to talk to our pastor, who is now retired but still part of the church, and we're going to ask him to talk to us about this congregation, because it is in between where our daughter and her fellow live. And she was just like, well, if you go to church there, we'll come and we'll meet you. And we don't want to take away the church they have in their town. But because this church will meet on Saturdays, because it's a Messianic Jewish church, they can still go to their regular church on Sunday, because they need to be grounded in their town. We know how difficult that is. And especially right now, they're really going to need that. So anyways, long story short, so there's so many different things that are like up in the air, and incredible highs this last week and incredible sadness, no doubt. But and I can't wait to come back and share everything with y'all. But I want to kind of give you like an update. I didn't get a planning video out this last week, which I'm on a design team and I felt really badly, and I still have to write the ladies. It is a week that has been a whirlwind, and I feel like right now I could sleep like a week. I literally feel like I could sleep a week, which I can't afford to. So anyways, just please continue to pray for us. Just please. I just have a little bit more to get done, and then I have to get enough rest to effectively communicate to my siblings some of the things that I discovered, some of the things that are happening within the estate and within our lives. So, anyways, that's that. I think I've been down this road enough. Let's get on with planning. And I love, oh, here it is, Colossians 3:2. Set your mind on things above. Is there a repeat happening? Is there a theme? But anyways, all right, my dear sweet friends, I'm so excited to be here with you. I have my cup of coffee with and I know you vegetarian vegans are not going to be happy with me. I'm so tired, and my arthritis is crushing so much this last month. That's another reason I'm tired too. I've started putting the Skinny Fit collagen in it, and it's supposed to help with joints and things like that. We'll see. I'm giving it a try. Plus, it gives me protein, which I'm always a little weak on protein. So I have my HEB, which is the local grocery store decaf coffee with my chocolate almond milk, dark chocolate almond milk, a little bit of stevia, dark chocolate stevia, and I wish anybody out there, would you guys please make a plant-based dark chocolate milk, please? I don't want the sugar in this other one, but it's what it is, and I don't like the regular. I've even used like cocoa powder and things like that, which is still not quite the same. But anyway, so I've got my drink here. I'm ready to go. I've already drunk my pink plexus. I only have a little bit left, and and this is my second cup of coffee, so this is where I have to stop. But okay, so I'm here in my Erin Condren pardon me, monthly calendar, which I love, and I keep a lot of my my work on YouTube here, and in my craft, my Josephine's Designs type work. Now, the other exciting news I have, I guess I should close this back up, is, well, this is going to be a long video, sorry guys, I'll be fast planning, I promise. So, my dear sweet friend here on YouTube, Bonita, beautiful Bonita, one of our original friends here on this channel, sent me a beautiful email, a couple of emails, and then she told me, and so, you know, hugs and love back to you, Bonita. I'm so happy for y'all. And we were just catching up, and then she sent me an email that Erin Condren is having one of my absolute favorite designers in Austin, Texas. And it is Amy Tangerine. I really deliberated. Number one, it was a little, it cost money to go, and we don't have a lot of spare money right now. And number two, it's on our Sabbath. So it's on Saturday. And so I talked to my husband about it originally, and I talked to my youngest daughter. And the amazing thing is we had a special speaker this last Saturday, and he is going to be back. He's also a singer, and we got a whole bunch of his CDs. We really appreciate his ministry. And his teaching was fantastic, and our church has an app, so I've got to ask this week if they're going to tape that, because I think they stopped taping. But anyways, long story short, his name is Alan, I want to say Shepherd, but I think that's wrong. If I think about it, I will I will link his ministry below, and you guys are welcome to go visit his ministry. But he is coming back to do like a full-on, I think, concert on the day of this workshop. So my youngest and I talked about it, and I will talk to our pastor, of course, who's retired, but he's our pastor. But I knew that would rejuvenate me in for me, God has given me many ways. Of course, rejuvenating in the Word is first and foremost. Being with Him is first and foremost. But then also rejuvenating my creativity, which is feeling exhausted right now. And it is the Saturday after tax season when I begin my journey getting everything ready for the wedding. And I mean, I will be painting, I will be, just everything under the sun. And, but I decided that after prayer and talking to everybody, my husband is going to take my youngest and they're going to go to the concert. So we're still going to support our church and, all of that. Sorry, I am really exhausted, so my voice kind of keeps cutting out, and I apologize for that. And it sounds really bad. I apologize for that, too. Maybe if I drink more coffee, I'll get better, right? But I am going to go to the class. And my husband kept saying, well, you're going to have to go up a flight of stairs. And I was like, well, all the more reason to drink my little drink here. And I just decided that if I have to go one step at a time, it's a beautiful flagship store. It's gorgeous. I'm hoping they have a secret elevator. I doubt it, but I'm hoping. I will take my cane just so that I don't fall. And I will probably carry either a bag or a backpack, and I will just ask for help. And it may be that my husband, well, no, they're going to go to church. They're going the opposite way. They'll go down south, I'll go north. But I would think that my husband would drop me. But because we also discussed, should he and our youngest go spend the day together in family, and then they could pick me up and we could, listen to church together. But anyways, we're still not 100%, but most likely they're going to go to church. I'm going to go to Austin, and I'm super excited. And for those of you who don't know who Amy Tangerine is, just Google her here on YouTube, or not Google her, search her here on YouTube. Her joy is just infectious. She is amazing. I love her creativity. She makes me think outside the box. She uses colors like orange and yellow that are not my favorite colors. So she makes me have to really think about it. And it's not that I don't like them. They're just not my favorites. And but she loves the Lord. And that's such a blessing. It's just such a blessing. So I'm going to go to that class. Thank you, Bonita. It took forever for me to make that decision, but I bought my ticket, and I told my husband after I bought it that I had made this decision. We talked about it before, but, and I was glad I made that decision. I mean, it was, I'm sure when I'm in church this weekend, I'm going to feel badly about it, but, we have the Passover or Pesach, or, Pesach, however you say Pesach. I'm terrible at that, coming with the Seder dinner for our church, and on the 26th, and we are super excited. All of our children are coming. We are so blessed. We may have our youngest daughter's friend who may also join us, that is the hope. And then we also have friends in another table that we're bringing as well. And we wish we could get a bigger table. But it's such a blessing that each year you develop these traditions, and all of a sudden you didn't realize it was becoming a tradition, and then it becomes a tradition, and then you have friends that want to come, and it's amazing. I mean, it's just such a blessing. And for those of you who don't know, we are Christians who attend a Messianic Jewish church. So this is a church that recognizes Jesus as Messiah. Its doctrine is very similar to what a Baptist church would be, which is where my roots are, from Southern Baptist, which that convention split, and there are big differences now between the General Baptist Convention and the Southern Baptist Convention. And I also worked for the Southern Baptist Convention, but in mission work, but nonetheless, it is a blessing. And so now, as we are in our journey, we realize that the what am I trying to say? The holidays that we celebrate, we haven't completely abandoned, of course, but we also know when we get to heaven, the feast will be honored, and so that means the Passover, Hanukkah, there's many things, Yom Kippur. There's so many things right now that I don't have a great grasp on, And I had a Bible study that I bought about a year ago, and I have not started it. And it's basically the feasts with Jesus. So I'm excited to start that. And yeah, so anyways, but that in the next few bits of time, my life will slow down and I can get back in the Word the way I want to. I literally said something at Bible study this week like, we're getting closer to be normal again. And so they were, they kind of looked at me like, what? Our leader knows, she knows. And so many people do. I don't want to take away from the people here, but we've just been on this very unusual journey. And sometimes, even though it's exhausting and it's heartbreaking and it's tedious and it's frustrating and every adjective you could imagine, it is God's journey for us. And it is how He is molding us in the process. And I think that's why I feel lumpy bumpy today. My voice sounds it, but I'm joyful. There's joy in every journey, even the most heartbreaking ones. There is joy in the morning. There is joy in the journey. And if only you think of JOY, Jesus, others, you, in that order, then there is joy in a difficult journey. Okay, just an acronym. You can throw that out there. It was on a little church bus when I was a little girl. So, all right. It was inside, just so you know. Anyways, let's get started after all this. So I'm going to label this a chat and a planning. So hold on. Grab a sip of coffee. By the way, because I know I'm going to get questions, I do not taste the way that goes in at all. And I am so weird about flavors. I mean, my husband will get so mad at me. He'll be like, I don't know why you act like that, but I do. I can taste things. And then it's like, ew, I don't like it, kind of thing. So this month is about family to me. Only because I'm closing one chapter, letting my parents go in many ways, and some of the things that I've had to do very diligently. And then we're focusing on a new chapter. Our daughter and her fella getting married, and just all the other things that are going on in our lives. So I chose this, and I wish I had another one of these because I would put this in their album because they're doing birds and all that kind of stuff. But I grabbed this for today, and I also grabbed some of these. I think these had to have come. They had to have come from Michael. I mean, not Michael's, Hobby Lobby. So they're just faith stickers. I don't know if they're going to fit, but we're going to use something. Or some of it. Okay, so let's just get started because all I've done is yak. So, I am going to put down right here, family. Or well, maybe I'll do it up here. I cannot wait to share with you guys all that has taken place this week. I can't do it until everybody knows everything, but it is so exciting. But I am going to put this here because this is the day we went, and our oldest daughter had her wedding dress fitted. It was so much fun. We drove 4 hours round trip to be with her, and it was worth every single second. My husband and I both were just like so amazed at what God is doing. So anyway, so I'm going to put this here. Hold on. Right there. For the end of the month. Because once we get here, it's going to get crazy. Oh, I think I've got hair on here. Sorry, guys. That's kind of gross. Well, I have dark brown hair if you haven't seen it before. We grow in different directions, yet our roots remain as one. We are branches on a tree, and that says my family, birds of a feather, and we stick together. So that's going to come across here. Of course, you guys know how much I love birds, and oh, it's so neat that our daughter and her fella are doing birds so for their wedding, and it was so much fun to go by and see all the goodies they have stockpiled for the wedding. So cute. I am going to put a button here because we are going to be sewing it all together that day, finishing out the tax return, Lord willing. And I think we're going to have a big family day, either here or here, so I'm putting it in between. Our kiddos are driving over from College Station, and we're just going to have a great time. And there's new things to share, so we are super excited. And I'm going to put that right there. I don't know why. because it looks cute. Am I in frame? I do want to put this right here. Worry ends when faith begins, and I love that. It has been a worrisome year. I'm not gonna lie. A couple of 3 years. But I have learned more and more as I have seen this particular statement in a lot of different places that God needed me to understand that worry ends when faith begins. And you know what? Amen. I'm not great at that, but I am thankful for that. And I still have some room here to write. So, anyways, and this is what I'm taking to, I think, my class with Erin Condren, because this month I really can't work a lot on crafting until after tax season. So I figured I could use that for notes. You know, how much fun is that? So, and then I've got these 2 little cuties. Let's see. Oh, Passover. Our Passover is going to be on the 27th, our big celebration. We cannot wait. We are so excited to have all of our kids with us. Our Bible study leader, her sister and husband, and they came last year, and at one point she wanted to invite more people, and I was like, please just let me know. Please let me know. So, I'm going to put this here. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll put this here, and there's a lot going on here. We grow in different directions, yet our roots remain one, and that is true. They remain one. So we like branches on a tree. So I think this should be over here, and that is that. Oh, I do have some of this. So we do have together. So I want to put that there, but I really can't. So let's see what else I can do with. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to put it over here because that is fantastic. I tell you what, I cannot say enough how exciting life gets, you know. And I called 2 friends this week to tell them the exciting news because it's really hush-hush and I can't tell anybody. And I tell my daughter, so, I've told 2 people and they don't have any connections, so nothing can be said. And, she was like, I know you would. And I said, well, it's not like I'm telling anything. She goes, no, I know you're not. Don't worry about it. But it was just one of those moments that I just had to tell someone. My husband was like, how many people have you told, the good news? And I was like, 2. And he was like, I knew you would. And I said, well, but I already talked to our daughter and it's okay. And, and I told people that could never ever have a connection with anybody else. So, okay. And I'm just going to put this right down here, I think. Okay, that's it. I am done. I'm going to save these other 2 stickers for another week, another month. And I love this. This is about family, and we are almost to the end of this video, so God's perfect timing. I'm pretty sure these stickers I think came from Hobby Lobby, but I'm not 100%, and I'm so sorry. I really should do better at that. But they almost look like Dollar Tree stickers too, but I think they're Hobby Lobby. So, all right, my dear sweet friends, I hope you like this. I hope you enjoyed the chat. I know it's kind of ominous. I'm not able to tell everything yet. I am super excited to come back with a video that I've promised you guys that I've shot going on with the craft studios. So I will be putting that up in the next, I think, week or 2 because I want to do an update with it. And, pardon me. And I kind of want to show you what's left of the before and then the after. So, but the after won't be for probably another 4 or 5 months. But anyways, it's a work in progress. So we're very thankful. All right, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. We'd love to have you and be part of our little family here on YouTube. Hit that notification bell so you know when new videos come up. And most importantly, I pray your day is blessed, creative, and lovely. Leave a comment or a question. Email me at josephinesdesigns.com if you have any questions. And I will be talking to y'all soon. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.